Junior Nsemba is one of the brightest rising stars in Rugby League. At just 18, he marked his Challenge Cup debut with a try. By 20, he was voted the Young Player of the Year, a Super League Dream Team member, and an England international, all on the back of a quadruple winning season with his hometown club, the Wigan Warriors. This is the rise of Junior Nsemba. Junior Nsemba was born in 2004 in Wigan and raised in Marsh Green, statistically the town's most deprived area, yet just a stone's throw from the Wigan Warriors stadium. His parents, Pascal and Giselle, had emigrated from Cameroon and brought with them a rich sporting heritage. Junior's uncle is Rigobert Song, a UEFA Cup winner with Liverpool, the most capped player in Cameroon's history, and now the national team's head coach. His cousin, Alex Song, played for clubs like Arsenal and Barcelona. From an early age, Junior was introduced to football. His dad would take him for kickabouts near the Wigan Warriors stadium, hoping that his son would follow in the family's footballing footsteps.
I come from a football background, so when I had a boy, I thought to myself it's best to get into football. So when Junior was around 4 or 5, I started taking him to JJB Stadium. They have like a Saturday kickabout. So that's getting interested into football.
Tall for his age, Junior often switched between centre-back and striker, but something wasn't clicking. He wasn't enjoying football. One day, he asked his dad if he could try something different. It was during one of those kick-arounds that a man approached Pascal and asked if his son had ever played rugby. Pascal admitted he knew nothing about the sport, but after asking around about local clubs, the name Wigan St Judes came up, and that's where Junior's rugby league journey began. At 9 years old, Junior picked up a rugby ball for the first time. He remembers being a foot taller than everyone else, running through defenders with ease. More importantly, he loved it.
I remember picking up a ball when I was 9, and then I had a game like 2 weeks later. I think I was about a foot taller than all the other kids. I was just running over kids, and I just loved the game when I was playing it.
But life in Marsh Green wasn't easy. Between the ages of 10 and 12, Junior faced bullying and racist abuse, challenges he hadn't encountered before. It was a difficult time, but he leaned on a strong support network and kept moving forward. Some people may go down that other path, he says, but it's just about finding your way out. I fought through it, and I'm here now. Wigan St Judes proved to be the perfect place to grow. It's a club with a proud tradition, producing the likes of Chris Radlinski, Sean Long, Tommy Mackinson, and others. Junior was now part of that same pathway. Still, his dad hadn't given up on football. He believed his son could be the next Micah Richards and would shuttle him from rugby training straight to football sessions.
But I tried to push him to play both because I still believed that he was going to be a football player. Because I remember when he was born, there's Micah Richards from Man City. He's tall, athletic. I thought my son's going to be like that. He's tall and he's going to be a good defender.
Eventually, Junior made a decision. He told his dad he couldn't do both anymore. He chose rugby, and he hasn't looked back since. So
I used to steal him from rugby, and then just dash to football. But then he said to me one day, Dad, I can't do this anymore. I'm really tired. And even his mom said to me, listen, you can't just be taking him from one side to another. And ask him to choose, and just chose rugby. And he's never looked back since then.
That St Jude's team was special. Many of Junior's teammates would go on to join top academies, and his performances soon caught the attention of the biggest club in town, the Wigan Warriors. In October 2020, Junior Nsemba took a major step in his journey, signing his first contract with the Wigan Warriors and joining what is widely considered the premier rugby league academy in England. From the outset, he stood out. A dominant presence in the Academy Origin series, Nsemba became a regular for Lancashire, testing himself against the very best young talent in the country. In his final series, he played a key role in helping Lancashire secure the series win, another sign that he was on a fast track to the top. By 2022, Nsemba had firmly established himself as one of the most exciting academy prospects in the country. A first-half hat-trick against the London Broncos was the headline moment in a season full of standout performances, clear proof that the first team wasn't far away. That opportunity came in the final game of the season against Hull KR, as Wigan chose to blood a young side. 3 players were handed starting debuts, with Nsemba among them. Despite falling short at Craven Park, the youthful Warriors team impressed with their grit, and head coach Peet praised the group for their character and potential. Junior ended 2022 by being named Wigan's Academy Player of the Year. His rise through the ranks was no longer a quiet story. He had outgrown academy rugby and was ready to break into the men's game. Ahead of the 2023 season, Junior Nsemba was handed his first senior squad number, 27. But breaking into Wigan's forward pack wouldn't be easy. The second row was stacked with experience, led by captain Liam Farrell and veteran Willie Isa. After a full pre-season with the first team, Nsemba was sent out on a short-term loan to Whitehaven in the Championship, gaining valuable minutes and a taste of the men's game. He made an immediate impact, scoring a try on debut in a narrow loss to the London Broncos. He started and impressed in all 3 of his appearances for Whitehaven before returning to Wigan, just as the club began to suffer a string of injuries. By round 9, Nsemba was back in the squad, coming off the bench in consecutive matches against Wakefield and Hull FC. Then came May 20th. Wigan faced Leeds in a huge 6th round Challenge Cup tie. Once again, Nsemba was named on the bench, and this time he would make a statement. Wigan trailed 14-4 at the break, but Bevan French cut the lead early in the second half, setting the stage for a pivotal moment. Up stepped Junior Nsemba.
Dummy half, Hampshire back to Smith again. Smith, oh, brilliant ball! And Nsemba came flashing onto that! Whoa! Remember! Junior Nsemba!
He powered over for a crucial try that levelled the game and turned the tide. Wigan would go on to complete a dramatic comeback victory, and with it, Nsemba had officially announced himself to the Rugby League world. From that point on, he became a regular fixture on the bench and earned his first start of the year in round 26 against the Castleford Tigers. With Willie Isa sidelined through injury, head coach Matt Peet began to trust Nsemba more and more in his absence. Junior often spoke about how much he'd learned from Isa and Farrell, calling Isa a mentor figure throughout the season. As the playoffs approached, Isa returned to fitness and was preferred for Wigan's post-season campaign. The Warriors were ruthless, dismantling Hull KR in the semi-finals and edging out Catalan's Dragons in the grand final to claim Super League glory. Nsemba may not have featured in the final, but his breakthrough season didn't go unnoticed. He was rewarded with a new 4-year contract at his hometown club. Speaking after the deal, he said, "I can't wait to continue the journey in my hometown with my family and friends, and especially the fans, because of the huge support they show week in, week out." Head coach Matt Peet echoed the excitement, saying, "We are all delighted that Junior will be with us for at least 4 more years. He's an outstanding young man and a talented player. We have very high expectations for him, and I can't wait to continue his development." There's no doubt Nsemba didn't just break through in 2023. He laid the foundation to become one of the league's future stars. Heading into 2024, expectations were high for Junior Nsemba. He'd been promoted to the number 21 shirt and was tipped for a consistent role in Wigan's campaign, especially with Kai Pearce-Paul departing for the NRL. Although Nsemba didn't feature in the Warriors' historic World Club Challenge win over Penrith, he would make his first appearance of the season in round 4. After missing 2 more matches, he returned in round 7, marking his comeback with a try in a victory over the Lee Leopards.
Smith and Nsemba rocking and rolling his way through.
Nsemba came off the bench in Wigan's dominant win over Castleford. However, the game took a grim turn when veteran forward Willie Isa suffered a serious ankle injury, one that would rule him out for the rest of the season. Under unfortunate circumstances, a path opened for Nsemba to stake his claim for a starting role. He got his chance in round 9 against Castleford and never looked back. From that point forward, Nsemba didn't just cement his place, he began proving that he wasn't just a rising star, but already one of Super League's top performers. In the Challenge Cup semi-final, Wigan faced title contenders Hull KR and blew them away at the Brick Community Stadium. Nsemba crossed the try line again, helping secure a place at Wembley, where Wigan would face Warrington in the final. Momentum continued to build. He added to his try tally against Salford the following week, and in round 13, Wigan travelled to face the Wolves once more, just days before their Wembley clash. While Warrington, under Sam Burgess, rested several starters, Wigan fielded a near full-strength side. The youthful Wolves side pushed them all the way, but it was Nsemba who scored in his 3rd straight game to help seal a gritty 1918 win. Then came Wembley. Nsemba started in what was his first major final appearance. On the biggest stage, he looked right at home, delivering a composed and physical performance as Wigan lifted their 2nd piece of silverware of the year. Love Rugby League gave him an 8 out of 10 match rating, praising his all-round display. Matt Peet couldn't have spoken more highly of him. He's always been a powerful athlete, but the way he carries himself and his willingness to learn are what really stand out. He's very respectful, very coachable. That's the kind of player you want to build around. Nsemba too was soaking it all in. It means a lot to play for Wigan. I used to live just around the corner from the stadium. It's a blessing to represent my hometown club. With the Challenge Cup in the trophy cabinet, Wigan's next focus was the league leaders' shield. They found themselves in a 3-way race with Hull, KR and Warrington, but injuries to key players like Jai Field and Bevan French caused them to drop points in losses to Hull, FC, Leeds and Warrington. Once their stars returned, so did their form. Nsemba played a starring role, scoring in back-to-back wins over Hull FC and Catalans in rounds 23 and 24, setting up a season-defining showdown against Hull KR. In front of a packed Brick Community Stadium, Rovers started strong, racing to a 10-0 lead. A Joe Burgess sin bin gave Wigan a lifeline, and after an Abbas Miski try, Nsemba powered over to level the match and swing momentum in Wigan's favour.
French cutting back towards his left-hand side, where there's a huge gap, and Nsemba!
Though Rovers fought back, they struggled to contain Nsemba's relentless runs on the right edge. Wigan rallied in the final quarter to claim a comeback win and all but secure the league leaders' shield. They officially clinched it in round 27 with a 64-0 demolition of Salford. That month, Nsemba was named Player of the Month, earned a spot in the Super League Dream Team, and was shortlisted for Young Player of the Season. In the playoffs, Wigan overpowered Lee in a one-sided semi-final, winning 38-0 and extending their defensive streak to 260 minutes without conceding a try. That dominant form set the stage for the 2024 Super League Grand Final against Hull KR. During Grand Final week, Nsemba was officially crowned Super League Young Player of the Year, beating out Matty Nicholson and George Delaney. It was a crowning moment before the biggest game of his life.
Yeah, I can't lie, it's crazy being up here. First off, I'd like to thank my mum and dad for keeping me grounded. I'd like to thank God for giving me a path, and I've stuck to that path. And I'd like to thank the coaches, Matty, Peet, Tommy, for teaching me what I know. It's crazy being up here. I've lost for words, really.
Tell me, will the laid-back father be impressed by this at least?
Yeah, I think I'll get a little smile out of him now.
But the final at Old Trafford wasn't without drama. Early in the game, Nsemba went down following a tackle from Peter Hiku and had to leave the field for a concussion assessment, a major blow to Wigan. Remarkably, he returned later in the match. Bevan produced a solo effort that evoked memories of the late Rob Burrow, scoring the game's only try in a brutal, high-quality war of attrition. Wigan were champions again, and Nsemba had played a vital role in a quadruple-winning season. At just 20 years old, he had become a central figure in a historic campaign. Wigan celebrated by locking him down on a 6-year deal, one that notably included no NRL release clause. Club CEO Chris Radlinski said, "I've been at the club for many years and I've never seen a player like him. He's a phenomenal athlete, a destructive player, but with a heart of gold. We're lucky to have him. He's probably the face of Super League right now. We're going to work with him to raise his profile, but he's already doing a lot of that on his own. The world's his oyster," and the next step came quickly. In October, Nsemba was named in the England squad to face Samoa in a 2-test series. He made his international debut in the second test, putting in a confident, high-energy performance to help England to a 34-16 win and secure the series. Junior Nsemba's rise was no longer a story of promise. It was a story of arrival. For the 2025 season, Junior Nsemba was handed the prestigious number 11 jersey, a symbol of just how far he'd come in such a short space of time. Expectations were sky high. Betting companies listed him among the frontrunners for the Man of Steel award, second only to his teammate and reigning superstar Bevan. And French himself couldn't have spoken more highly of Nsemba. "I think the limit for him, I don't even know. It's going to be crazy. Obviously, he's going to get stronger, fitter, and his skill is going to go up another level. But his mindset of learning, that's what I've noticed. That's the difference." Off the field, Nsemba is just as committed. He's been exploring his Cameroonian heritage, forming a bond with Manchester United and Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana, who has become something of a mentor. He credits his transformation into a physical powerhouse to the culture and cuisine of his roots. It's Cameroonian food, let me tell you. The main thing is jollof rice, but there's plantain and your meats. The way they cook them is different. That's what turned me from a skinny, lanky thing to how I am now. But it's not just food that ties him to his heritage, it's purpose. Nsemba has been deeply involved in community outreach, volunteering with anti-poverty and homeless charities across Wigan, while also supporting his mother's orphanage in Cameroon. Several of his Wigan teammates have joined the effort, donating kits and gear to send abroad, a sign of the strong bonds within the Warriors camp. His impact has caught the attention of legends of the sport. Martin Offiah, one of British Rugby League's most iconic figures, has hailed Nsemba as the next big superstar of the game. And with a resume like his, after just one full season, it's hard to argue otherwise. And as Nsemba continues to rise, the stage is set for a new face to define a generation of rugby league. And while Nsemba's story is only just beginning, his teammate and mentor Bevan has already walked the long, winding path to greatness. His journey, from raw talent to adversity to redemption, is just as compelling. You can watch the full rise, fall and rise again of Bevan right here on the channel.